What's up guys, Julian, Goldie here, and in today's video I'm going to teach you exactly how to get free backlinks to your website. Now more specifically, how to get free DR90 backlinks just like this that we had recently. And the beauty of this is that it's completely free, it doesn't take much time to do, you don't need any link building experience, and this is the same process that we've replicated not just for our own sites but for tons of our clients too. So you can easily do the same after watching this video. Now, before I jump in, please make sure you subscribe for more SEO videos that will teach you how to increase your website's rankings. So, how do we do this? Well, this comes down to a link building strategy called HARO, also known as helpareporter.com. And you can sign up for free, it takes about 2 minutes. And all this website is a bunch of journalists asking for opinions and stories from websites like yours. So journalists will post on there and they'll say, hey, we're looking for the top 10 finance tips. If you're a business owner, please make sure you respond to this query. And then you can reply via email and write them a story or tell them about your personal experience with finance. And this is not limited to any single industry. You will see literally hundreds of HARO queries being posted every single week, and these are all link building opportunities for your website. So how do you get started? Well, you sign up, helpareporter.com, and then once you've signed up, you'll receive a daily email update that has tons of queries from journalists, and you just respond via cold email to the relevant queries that you want to get a backlink from. Now, the thing is, with HARO, you're essentially pitching journalists, right? So if you want to win at this game, if you want to get high quality backlinks and more press coverage for your site, then you really have to think, right, what is this journalist looking for? And from my perspective, I think that journalists are under pressure to get good stories. They need high quality content, and they're not just looking for the usual boring stuff that everyone's going to Google. They want experience, they want expertise, they want high quality storytelling from websites just like yours. So that's exactly what you should give them. So when you're replying to HARO queries, just like we are at my business and making sure that we get backlinks from this technique every single month, what you want to do is make this interesting and concise and short and straight to the point, but really pitch to journalists on exactly why they should post your query over everyone else's. Because you have to see HARO as a kind of competition, right? Everyone's responding to these HARO journalists. There's loads of link builders on there. There's loads of websites looking for backlinks. There's loads of people trying to get press coverage. So you have to be in like the top 10 or top 1% to get your query featured. And the better you get at this, the more backlinks you get from HARO, the more benefits you'll get from it, and the more successful you'll be. So make sure that you focus on really standing out from everyone else. Now, how can you do this? Well, when you write an email pitch responding to a HARO journalist, make sure that you use a nice format, right? So make sure it's easy to read. Don't include walls of text. Make your response as interesting as possible and explain who you are too. So like you could write an email template that says, hey, just responding to your HARO query. I'm replying to this because I'm an expert in finance. I've been working in finance for 10 years and helped multiple clients achieve 7 figures. And here's my experience, blah, 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 blah. And then after you filled in your story, then you would say, if you do feature me in your article, in your publication, then please let me know because I'd love to see it and share it. And the reason why you're formatting your email template like this is because you want, first of all, to address the fact that you're an expert, that you're credible at what you're talking about. Secondly, to pitch a story that the journalist can then literally click copy and paste and put into the article as quickly as possible. And then also having a call to action, because honestly, a lot of journalists won't reply to you. Even if you get featured, they probably won't tell you, right? So if you leave that call to action and say, hey, just let me know if you post this so that I can share it on my social media, then all of a sudden they have a benefit and incentive to get back to you. And by offering a social media share, it benefits the journalists because they'll get more coverage and more success and more exposure to the article that they've written. I would also include a few social media links at the bottom of your response, because then journalists can easily background check you. They can see that you're a real person, that you have credibility, that you know what you're talking about, and they can investigate you a little bit more just to make sure that you're an authority. Because the more authority and credibility you position yourself with on HARO queries, the more likely the journalist is to feature you versus someone they've never heard of. Now, a little bit of advice when it comes to HARO link building. You don't have to worry too much about contextual relevance here, right? So don't worry if the HARO query you're responding to isn't that relevant. For example, I run a link building SEO agency, but I got featured on this article about finance. Now for me, that's fine. I have experience in finance. I have a little bit of understanding in it. And therefore, if I get featured, I get a DR90 backlink. And Google's not going to turn around and say, hey, this link that you got, it's great and everything, but it's not that relevant to your website, or it's not that relevant to your industry, so we're going to ignore it. I mean, Google's algorithm is going to see that you got a backlink from a DR90 site that's authoritative, that's credible, that's one of the top publications in this industry, and that will go a long way in helping increasing your SEO rankings. So you can branch out a lot here. If you have experience in other fields aside from your own industry, then feel free to pitch those journalists on HARO about exactly why you should be featured in their publication. And that leads to a lot more link building opportunities, because instead of going through the list of HARO queries and seeing, right, there's nothing about birds here and I'm a birds expert, so it's a waste of time, you can branch out and you can focus on other HARO publications outside of your industry, and that leads to a lot more link building opportunities. Now, the beauty of HARO as well is that it's very easy to outsource, right? So if you find a virtual assistant for maybe $10, $12, for example, you could go on Upwork and find one quite quickly. Then you could have them responding to HARO queries every single day, leave that system on autopilot, and it doesn't really take too much work. It isn't rocket science to respond to HARO queries. You just have to make sure they're interesting, engaging, and stand out from the crowd. I mean, this is something we've personally done, is we've hired a team for HARO link building for our clients, and we've trained them personally, and now they can go out, pitch HARO journalists, and make sure we're getting backlinks in for our clients. So it's very easy to outsource. As long as you train your team properly, as long as you give them the right processes, then really they should be responding to HARO queries within 20 minutes, 30 minutes maybe, and producing a well thought out detailed response for the journalist. So not only is HARO getting you free backlinks, not only is it good for press coverage, but it's very easy to create a process that you can easily outsource and give to your team and save yourself time too. So thanks for watching, guys. That's my guide on how to get free backlinks to your website. And you now know exactly how we got this DR90 backlink from Yahoo. It's very easy, it's not rocket science, and you can easily replicate this for yourself and your own business too. Now, by the way, I do run a link building agency. That's at juliangoldie.com. So feel free to jump on juliangoldie.com and book in a free link building consultation where we'll look at your website. We'll discuss exactly how to get high quality backlinks to your website and how you can start increasing your SEO traffic as soon as possible. So that's at juliangoldie.com. Click book a call and feel free to get your consultation booked in. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comment section below. Otherwise, thanks for watching and see you next time.